Hello, everyone. Welcome to the July, our weekly AMAs. We're joined here by Zach and Caleb on the stream this week. And for those of you new, I just kind of want to remind you of who we are and what we do. So Apollo Crypto DAO is a token and DAO really designed to support passionate people. Our first utility and what we've been running for about 9 weeks now is focused on creators. We've given away a little over $80,000 worth of Apollo so far to a very diverse group of deserving creators. And as many of you heard me talk in the Telegram and another social media, this is really a start. You know, we picked creators because we're passionate about it. We have connection and ties to them throughout our careers. But really what we're building is a platform to support passionate people. So don't be surprised in the coming weeks, months, if you see other types of contests as we scale out. But that's really what we're about. We're about supporting people who are doing things to advance themselves and good causes. So today I just want to go over just a couple catalysts for the week. We're experimenting with a couple formats. You know, typically we've been doing like these hour-long AMAs and kind of going over everything. We're just going to talk about a few catalysts, some things we've encountered this week, and, you know, save some time for questions at the end. Maybe 20 minutes worth of us blabbering, and then leave about 10 minutes for questions if anyone have them. So go ahead and fire them off in the chat, and Caleb will be watching and picking out a few for us to answer at the end. But always, if you have any questions, please join our Telegram. Please join our Discord. Hit us up on Twitter. Let us know what those are. We try to do the best job we can to get back to everyone and answer every question the best we can. Really value the community's engagement. So let's do that. So let's jump right in. I don't want to waste any time tonight. One thing that Zach has been looking at for quite some time is easier ways for us to get into a token. Now, I've mentioned that, you know, relationships with groups like MoonPay, we're definitely working on relationships there. But there's some interesting stuff that have come up with Coinbase over the last few weeks. I think this is being rolled out at stages because some people can see this and some people can't. But when we talk about the importance for new people or creators or the voters for creators getting into the platform, obviously the friction of having to go to Coinbase, move money in, move that to Coinbase wallet, DeFi wallet, or move it into MetaMask. Now go to learn Uniswap and swapping. It's a lot of steps, really confusing. We've heard from a lot of people that's just hard to get into crypto if you're not new to it. And while we're focusing a lot on people that are in crypto, we also want to bring people into our project from the outside. So I'll turn it over to Zach, but I think this is a thing that could take out a step or two for people that are interested in using that ecosystem. So go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. So what Coinbase is semi-quietly done, they've posted on Twitter and things like that, is they've actually launched a custodial wallet within the Coinbase app. So if you have it, you'll notice, again, it's kind of being rolled out, it appears, so you may or may not have it. But if you open the Coinbase app, not the wallet app, just the Coinbase app, in the bottom right, you'll see a tab now that says browser. So that browser is now a window into a custodial wallet so that you can access, you know, dApps and exchanges and things like that. So what that means is Coinbase will actually hold the keys to that wallet. That's important to understand here. Now, for the person who's just new into crypto, they may even be more comfortable with it. So it may actually work out better for people. But Coinbase will create a wallet for you. They'll hold the keys. And then it acts just like the MetaMask or Coinbase wallet browser. You just click browser, and Uniswap is actually saved in their front page. So you would click on Uniswap, and then you would hit search Apollo and enter in how much you want to buy, hit buy, and now you're actually holding Apollo in a wallet, but it's all within the Coinbase app. And that feels really big because everyone's seen, you know, the Coinbase Super Bowl ad, and they see crypto.com, blah, blah, blah. So it feels like people can easily get through that first step of setting up an exchange on account. And I think this is a big step toward removing, like, well, people are confused of why do I need a different app? How am I moving between different apps? So now you can buy ETH through Coinbase Exchange, click on browser. With 2 or 3 button presses, you can move that ETH into this custodial wallet, and you can buy straight Uniswap all within the Coinbase app. And you can also visit the app.apollocrypto or app.apollocrypto.org, and you can participate in the contest. So you can vote, nominate, everything all within the Coinbase app. And I'm still working on a video for this, and we'll have this out shortly. But it feels like quietly a pretty big deal for the on-ramp into the DeFi space for if you're just telling your buddies, family, artists, anything like that.
Yeah, it's amazing. I know a lot of people are going to be, care about my keys, my crypto kind of mentality within the DeFi space, but that's not going to be everyone that participates in crypto. I mean, some people are going to want the backup. Some people are going to have more trust for the centralized exchanges. And, when you talk about, security versus, friction, you got to play both sides of that coin. So it's amazing to hear that they're taking steps in that direction. Now, I know some users reported a while back that with the Coinbase wallet, which is its own separate app, right, and its own DeFi wallet, that there was some problems with searching for Apollo or finding Apollo. We reported that to them in discussions with our contacts there. Is this fixed there? You've run through this process, right? You can find Apollo in the swap because it's basically just using Uniswap within the Coinbase main app, right?
Right. So to specify in the Coinbase wallet, what you're talking about is just within Coinbase wallet, you can search Apollo. That seems to be fixed, but it also might be hit or miss. If it comes up, reach out to us on Telegram, we'll pull it up. When you're doing this process I'm talking about now inside the Coinbase app, that is actually just Uniswap. You just visit the Uniswap page within Coinbase and do your exchange just like you would with Uniswap.
A web browser, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's amazing. Thanks for that update. And we look forward in a few days here, I guess, to have a video up on this YouTube site that will step people through it. So we'll let the community know, but it's a great thing to send out proactively to your friends. Cause I mean, I've had a few people that have kind of stopped midstream. It just got too overwhelming. And if they knew they only had to deal with this all in one app, I think we can hold their hands through it better. So,
and I really think that the custodial part of it, so Coinbase holding the key, the private key and seed phrase and all that, I think it's going to be good. I know several people that I've set up, helped set up wallets and stuff, and they actually felt very alarmed when I told them, you're holding the keys, so if they get lost, it's just gone forever. No one can help you. They wanted me to hold on to their keys for them so I could help them set it back up. So I think that's actually going to be a really big pro for people who are new to the space.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Okay, cool. So next up, let's talk about the Apollo Army. And I say Apollo Army, I know some of you that sniff out the Trello board pretty closely know that I put it like Apollo _ just as a fill in the blank for what we're called, not knowing at what point you get big enough to be a movement and get a name, but we need to put some kind of name to it because Caleb and a lot of people on the team have been doing some thinking about how do we empower and enable them. We're not going to talk about it really on this thing, but you guys know that staking is moving forward. Zach and his team are working heavily on that right now. We definitely want to reward voters. That is kind of priority number one right now in the development queue. But there are other things. There are ways that we can incentivize, motivate, and give kind of this exclusive access to the Army for information. So, Caleb, you want to take us through some of your thoughts about what that looks like, at least version 1.0 out of the gate?
Sure. Yeah. The discussions have really been around how can we better include the community around Apollo and provide them with more content or resources to go out and spread the good word. Army does seem to be a very popular term in crypto world and crypto Twitter when we're talking about people who are hardcore about one project or another. And so it's probably just fitting for us as well, Apollo Army. First steps, what we want to do is make it a little bit easier to grab assets and snippets and things that you can share. So images, graphics, whatever. What we've seen is that a number of people on Telegram and Twitter have gone ahead and downloaded assets that have been tweeted out or whatnot. And so we're just thinking, how can we make that a little bit easier, provide that ammo for the Army, and grow from there as well.
And will that be some kind of like gated by, connecting their wallet to show that they're part of this army, or how do you see that being,
not for
protected, I guess?
now. Right now, it's just ammunition or munitions, and so it'll be available to everyone. We might not advertise it as strongly on the website with a link in the main nav, but I think anybody in Telegram and Discord will easily be able to find it. And yeah, I don't think we're not going to token gate it at this time.
Yeah, I think down the road there'd be some advantage to, as we get more robust things and rewards in place and things like that, where there could be some pretty cool stuff that we can do as exclusive areas on the site for them. But yeah, I agree. A lot of what I've been hearing on the socials is, we need some ammunition, we need some information that, is official or something that we can represent, whether it's assets or FAQs, things like that. How do I talk to people about this? What are the key performance indicators that I can combat our token versus other tokens? I think it's an amazing idea to just give people that, because there's a whole group within the Telegram I know that has another channel that goes after and goes on Twitter and finds ways to get our name out there, to give them more and more content. I think will be important as we grow.
Agreed.
Cool. Anything else on the brand or creative side that you got going on? I know you handed off the assets for the indicator for the contest value. I think that's
the dynamic prize wallet. Yeah. So we're constantly doing updates. So I've been doing some design on the dynamic prize wallet and how we can display that. Actually, we looked at that last week. So that's gone over to development. That's in the works. On the design side, working on some updates for the website, just pushing those out as we go. And I think I may have mentioned it previously, working on spinning up a merch store. So that should be soon, and we'll have some merch and then grow it. Some merch to start out, hats, shirts, and then we can grow it from there.
I saw that hat. I'm getting that.
And it comes in many colors, so there's going to be a lot of options.
Nice, cool. The next point I have on there, everybody's always asking about exchanges. I've been pretty clear that in terms of our process, we honor our agreements with them for secrecy. Some people caught that we had one moving back and forth. And I just want to explain again the process. When someone reaches out, we have to go through some serious due diligence. There's a lot of people. If you've seen in the socials this week, we've been battling bot attacks and people posting false information and things like that. And again, kudos to the admin team for Apollo. They did an amazing job fighting that off, and eventually that person appears to have folded. So excited about that. We got to be careful, because there's people out there that want to take advantage of us and misrepresent who they are. So, new exchanges, it might not feel like a lot come in line. We're trying to find that mid to upper tier and focus on them, things that are really going to move the needle. But they're looking at the same thing. All of them are looking at the same thing. And that's, is the background of the team solid? Have they done everything right? How much time have they spent being out there? Have they delivered? And most importantly, volume. And, we're in this down market, and we're trying to, continue to bring people in, continue to educate people. You guys have done an amazing job, but we need to drive volume up. And that's what they're looking at. If they can see sustained volume and growth on that front, it becomes more and more attractive. That's how their businesses operate. So, no real key updates, except those conversations are continuing. We've got some big boys in there. That's exciting, that they're already noticing us, that they're already recognizing us. We have to be patient with the process. Remember, this is a project that's designed to grow as a platform, starting with creators and into other things over a long period of time. And we continue to get impatient, but we're about doing things right and making them last. We don't want the big green candle, then the big red candle crash, and then everybody just dissipates. We want steady growth, organic growth. And this is just those early days where it's going to be like everybody's throwing 1,000 lines in the water to experiment and test and get new things and have new relationships. And I'm really proud of this team because there's dozens and dozens of things going on. We're not just putting all of our eggs in one basket. So exchanges are coming. I'm working through them. That's always top of mind each week. So rest assured that this team is doing it and they're doing it the right way. So I want to tease one last thing before we hop into some questions. We've been talking, just the current contest. We go week to week. We have these amazing diverse group of creators. Is there something that we can pivot to in the short term that would be really exciting and give a new opportunity to those that have kind of pushed forward? And we've been talking about this idea of the contest of champions. I'm sure, as you guys can imagine, as winners come back in a lot of game shows and things like that to compete. Jeopardy does it. I know a lot of reality shows do it with winners of their particular seasons. We thought it'd be a fun thing to experiment because it's not going to take a lot of change in our platform. Now, Zach and his team have done a great job of creating a platform that really can accept any type of contest within our current structure. So there's no reason we can't do one with the previous winners and maybe up that pot some. Just investigating right now, we need to give them enough heads up because what we would challenge them to do is come with some fresh message and new content associated with that and give them some time to kind of prep. But we think that could be pretty exciting and a good PR and newsworthy thing as well to say it's not just about, individual contests each week, but it's building towards something, whether it's a season or something bigger. I think there's lots of flexibility and opportunity there. So with all this stuff that we talk about on the AMAs, like we want your input too. We are one part of a bigger decentralized community. We throw stuff out there. We want ideas back. If you've seen, as we talk through it with some of you, sometimes we put it on the Trello board. Sometimes we have to prioritize it lower than other things because of what's going on. But that's really what we're striving to grow to, is a community where everyone has a voice and we can vote on things and really honor the spirit of the DAO in terms of which directions that we go. So it takes a lot for a focused team to start something up, but in the long run, I think we're really driving towards hearing community voice and feedback about all this stuff. So anything that we talked about today, more than happy to, answer questions about it in more detail on any of the social. Again, join our Telegram, join our Twitter, and join our Discord if you haven't been on there. I'm going to be focused on spending a little more time in each of them. I kind of get comfortable in a space sometimes, but I think we're just going to have more of a regimented rotation of those kind of things to help grow those other platforms. And also with our partners, I just want to give a shout out once again to Henoch and his team. They've done amazing things as a member of this community too, invested quite a bit, continue to just make great introductions. We've had a call yesterday with a big time name within the crypto space that I'm talking partnership with right now that was introduced to us by him. They are fighting hard for this community and for, our advancement. And you've heard about the revenue deal that they're doing as well. Go to his site, sign up. It takes nothing for you and your friends and your family and refer them to go to his Apollo show or the Apollo crypto show and sign up, register, follow, and engage with his content each week. That helps drive us. That profit from that gets bought. Apollo gets bought with that, and then it gets burned. So, that's an easy way for us to do our part. Excuse me. All right. With that, unless you guys have anything else, we're right at almost the 20-minute mark. Let's hop into a few questions. Anything that you saw, Caleb, in the?
We don't really have any questions in the comments at the moment.
All right. Looks like people are liking the merch idea. I think that's just a good natural extension. Again, I kind of answered a question about people asking about the exchanges. Covered that.
Corey mentioned the confusion. I've totally faced this too. People don't understand like the payment methods on Coinbase, and Coinbase doesn't always immediately let you pull your ETH into a wallet. And so, I put the link in the chat, but we do have, that's part of the Git books. But in the video script I've already put together, I'm definitely going to mention please visit this site and understand that there are certain delays, whether it's, wire transfer, bank transfer, Apple Pay, whatever. So we are definitely on that.
Gotcha. I will speak too, because I know it's a hot topic. I saw one just come across asking about, there was a tease about the Zeke relationship. I said days. you always worry about saying things. This is really important relationship. This is tied into a much bigger thing that deals with partnerships and how sponsored contests might run. So it's more than just a celebrity endorsement as being a part of this project. It's much bigger. We need the time to do it right. We need to give his team the time to figure out, the right edits, the right things to do, and then more importantly, right market timing. As we've all seen, it's been a nice little pump over the last few days, but it's an up and down kind of thing. I mean, everything that this team is looking to do in terms of advancing and marketing, and we spend a lot of time. And actually on the marketing front, I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks, our partners that run our marketing and PR, to bring them on the AMA and talk about some of the great metrics they're tracking and some cool stuff that we have planned in terms of the marketing and PR push. But this stuff just takes time, and we'll get there. We'll figure out the best way to present it and architect the partnership. But there's just a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of shifting things. And I'm not, guys know I'm not the guy to just keep pushing things forward. We get things done, but we need to respect that group needs time to do it the right way, and, to collaborate with our team for the execution on the partnership and sponsorship side. All right. Anything else? Nice haircut, Caleb. I agree. I told you that yesterday, I think, in the marketing meeting. So have a nice, relaxing 4th. Yeah, we did. I guess you guys have heard me talk about my son. He graduated. So he got to walk the stage in Florida. Proud of him. A creator now out there looking for a job. So, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? We're going to hold to the idea of keeping these short. If there are no other questions, like I said, we're going to try out a variety of different formats. Some might just be informational, delivered with no questions. Some are going to be like these mini AMA Q&A type things. And then we're also planning on something coming that might be more in-depth, quarterly based for delivering information about where we've been and where we're going. So I think we'll just leave it at that for this week. And let's get back to, evangelizing the project and watching this nice little ETH bump, which we've enjoyed the last couple of days. So I appreciate everyone in the community. Again, reach out to us, go visit the website. It's listed in the link there. Join us on all the socials, support our partners on their socials, as well as their YouTube programs. And we will talk to you all soon. Thank you. Have a great week, everyone.
Go vote.
Go vote.
Yeah, go vote.